Crew's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Quincy Crew's turn to ban.
Very happy we get to see more Dota between these two squads. We got OG and Quincy Crew ready for the draft of Game 2. I'm here with BSJ and T-Gov. Very happy with the Hassan Bowl as well, the two brothers going up against each other, because for a while, at some point, it didn't actually look so likely that Yawar was still continuing to play Dota. It was only Quincy Crew's success that kept him from not going back to university, Brian, and sticking with Dota instead.
Yeah, and I remember watching Leslau on stream also say something similar, how Quincy Crew was the last opportunity for him. He's going to commit full-time to streaming, and so I think a lot of people see these teams, and it's hard to humanize the players sometimes, and there's a long road, a lot of stories that lead up to this, and to think how much these guys have been through in the last 2 years together, obviously the whole world with the whole COVID situation, but this is the culmination of all of that. The road could end right here, and it's been a long one.
Yeah, and they have been faced with elimination already. They were yesterday in the best of one, so the fact that they potentially only have one game left shouldn't phase them, T.
You'd hope not, right? Because I think, what's it, SVG, he's multiple times mentioned, even Quinn mentioned in his interview, it's like, they know that this is like, you're eventually going to get eliminated for TI unless you win it, right? So I feel like this is the team that has already kind of got that tone in the booth already down. It's like, let's just play our game. If we win, we win. If we don't, we gave it our all. And like Brian was mentioning, right? For like Quincy, it's been a hard 2 years. Like even for like Undying as well. Like North America, outside of like EG, it is kind of like that battle to stay as a team, hope to get to a tournament, hope to get some of that prize pool, and then obviously they get to TI, which does help a lot. So yeah, it's just it's a story of a long road. But anyway, if they win this game, still a third game on the cards, they can still keep it alive.
Yeah, let's talk some Dota here then, Brian, because we got the opening for both squads on the border, rather. At least 3 heroes at the moment. Tweak here is the Nature's Prophet, the Elder Titan being banned out here by OG. So of course they had the chance to pick it up first previously, but are you happy with the opening so far?
Yeah, I'm interested that Quincy Crew decided to upgrade the Monkey King from a second round pick to a first round pick. Most likely won't be a carry since it's first rounded overall as opposed to last game, but I think Yawar had a great game. I worry for Quincy Crew and their ability to close out the game, because OG is going to make you play sound Dota for the entirety of the entire game as well. Like what happened that last game was just OG capitalizing on a few mistakes, maybe just little overcommitments from Quincy Crew, and they've got the ability to punish that again with the Earthshaker, Snapfire, counter initiation, or just straight up initiation.
Yeah, and you see here, OG is second pick in the draft, which means, of course, Quincy has to pick the first hero entering into the pick phase. And the bans from OG themselves, they actually ban out 2 of the heroes that they would be picking themselves, right? The Tiny and then the ET. And a lot of teams against OG, if their first pick, it's they ban out 2 and then they pick the other one, right? So it does feel as well like OG kind of forced Quincy's hand a little bit, going, okay, we're going to ban out 2 of the 3, right? And then if you don't pick the third one, we'll get it for ourselves to make that play. So very much OG trying to control the draft a little bit, just by kind of banning for their own heroes, pushing it into Quincy's side.
Yeah, Void Spirit picked up by Quincy at the moment as well. Void Spirit has been quite a successful hero for Quincy Crew this tournament. Only 1 loss, but 3 wins in their group stage matches. Well, I say group stage, but yesterday, of course, in their lower bracket best of 1, they also had the Void Spirit on Quinn. I want to talk about that best of 1 a little bit, because this first game that we just watched was pretty similar in the role of the Nature's Prophet. We had Leslau and Seb, both in that Nature's Prophet in the game yesterday and the game today, and they both did the same thing. I'm wondering, that Nature's Prophet in this draft, is it time for maybe an early ban for that hero now that we are in the second ban phase?
If you're Quincy, I'd maybe even argue no, just because you already have big kind of mobile heroes that can always find those kind of ratting style. And the issue for Quincy in that previous game was simply they had all the team fight in the world, but if there was a hero kind of cutting into the middle of their heroes, be it a Void Spirit, and then you had the lanes pushing in, it's hard for that kind of unit to move around the map very cleanly. So it was kind of like a perfect demonstration of backline catch with the global wrap of the Fury. And so yeah, Quincy right now probably not too concerned about it because they have the Monkey King and the Void that can always find these heroes.
I did like that Quincy crew turn up the pace of the game, was making a lot of plays around the map with the Lion as well as the Mag. Even the Monkey King was participating with the Empower, didn't need as many damage items to do his job, but the Nature's Prophet, like that's just the chaos factor that OG brings, right? That hero incarnates nature's chaos. Like I watch Jenkins play, and he's just laughing maniacally as he meteor hammers towers and forces 4 people to come kill him. And the only difference between him and these guys is they're doing the same thing without feeding relentlessly.
And not flying meteor hammers.
True. They do not do that part either.
Thank goodness indeed. I would imagine though, I mean, having that chaos factor is nice and all, unless it's on the opposing team. So we'll see if anybody gets their hands on it, because even if you feel like you can deal with it with the vision of the Monkey King also from Quincy crew, it's still an X factor that you can't really prepare for, at least not in the way, because in the first game they were doing real well, and then Kyle tweets and all of a sudden they're losing.
Yeah, again, it's the timely tweet, and of course the fact that OG, they hit a really nice timing at like 30 minutes, right? They pick up the E-Blade, they have the Aeon Disc. It does kind of completely disrupt Quincy's game plan, and like right now when you see these 2 heroes that they have, I'd like to see them kind of at a crossroads in the draft, right? Of course, 2 picks in, they either fully lean into this skirmish and just go all out fight, get some cheap stuns, allow yourself to never allow Snapfire to get some good spells off, and then you go to them, or you use these 2 heroes to unlock your early game, and then you can have like a Spectre type up. Spectre's actually banned by OG, but
good call.
Thank you, yes. These glasses are very helpful. But some Spectre type hero, right, that secures your late game. You fight and you farm behind.
I did like the Spectre yesterday for Quincy crew. I do believe that their overall game plan has been fantastic, but their just little execution plays have been a bit off this tournament. That's what's been holding them back. And the thing about Spectre is she kind of just makes everything easier. You know, you have the +1 when you get the Ags for kills. You have the like a reliable ultimate that takes over and causes the chaos for the opponent team during the fight. And so I think it kind of patches up their holes, because anything that's not necessarily fixed for the team now, it's not going to be better by this game, right?
Yeah, and then you see as well, for example, with this Earthshaker, we've seen it become off-lane during TI. The idea that you get tanky pretty quick, of course, you still rush the Blink Dagger, but you get that BKB, you get the Ags, and you're jumping into the backline. And traditionally, when you look at this hero, before TI, you'd argue, okay, he's going to wait for that reinitiation, you're going to always play in the fog, but now it's becoming more of a frontline hero when you get to around 20 minutes, 25 minutes, just getting into the middle of the fight. And you see Quincy crew, they actually ban out the Tinker, and I don't think if you're Quincy right now, you would want to play potentially the game that eliminates you from TI at an Earthshaker running at you, Mortimer's Kiss is coming from the fog, and then a Tinker playing behind all that aggression, throwing out lasers and rockets. So very much Quincy just simplifying their game plan, try and see through the chaos that OG will bring in this game, and ensure that they have a very direct route of attack, right? So this Void Spirit, for example, his game right now is jump kills, Snapfire, or prevent Earthshaker initiation, right? If there's a Tinker or one of these type of mid lane as well, it gets harder for Quincy. They need to have multiple jumps and just need to keep it simple.
Yeah, the early stages of the game in Game 1 were fairly Quincy favored. I heard Insania say that he hopes that Quincy crew sticks to the same idea of Dota that they've played in Game 1. OG, yes, they won the game, but the earlier stages didn't look that smooth, so they're going to be the team to look for some changes as well, and they're going to apparently do it with the Dawnbreaker.
They've not played it at TI so far. I believe maybe Notel's played it a couple times in his pubs, also Thompson easily could be Thompson. So right now this is the 5 or the mid lane.
I want to say that win rate for this hero, I know the win rate of this hero before today started was 25%. Not great, but OG looking to go up against the odds here for that one. Medusa coming out for Quincy crew, so they got a late game insurance policy in the books.
Yeah, it's a nice answer to the Dawn in the idea that Dawnbreaker is one of the best heroes where when you're jumping other heroes, you'll then use your ultimate to come back in, provide that additional heal. If you get the Aghanim, you'll have some evasion, more heal, etc. Like, it feels really good. But the Medusa, you just stand your ground, right? You can walk in, you're not going to really care too much about this. And OG, they have the damage, but realistically, they're not killing a Medusa with this magic damage, right? Like, they still need that kind of physical core to really punish Medusa if she's out of position.
True Dawnbreaker is like the opposite opposite of Spectre in regards to the way she uses her ultimate. Spectre usually wants her team to be initiating and her to be the follow-up, while Dawnbreaker wants the opponent to be initiating on her team in order to counter-initiate with her global presence. And the Medusa, I think, is a good response because it's just a carry that says you have to go on us. We're not necessarily concerned about going on you, and you're not like a commitment hero that when the Dawnbreaker pops ulti, that's necessarily a problem. You're pretty long range. You'll probably be on the edge of the ring anyways. And Wyvern, we've been talking about the high win rate of this hero throughout the course of the tournament.
It's been really good. You know, prolong the game long enough, but no, okay. Bane pick up. Dawn most likely mid, right? Yeah. Bane's going to be your 5, Snap's your 4, Shaker is going to be your offlane. But then again, you know, it is OG. This could still be some quirkiness here. Maybe Sumail carrying Dawnbreaker.
Bane mid.
Yeah, Bane mid. Rushing the media hammer, media hammer. Or okay, we're getting a bit carried away. That's not, yeah. But if it does, we're very smart.
We did talk about the Chaos Factor, and one thing that for Nature's Prophet is the Chaos Factor is that he can be everywhere all the time. The same thing goes for Dawnbreaker, a little bit longer cooldown, but still a very global potential coming out from OG with just that one hero.
Yeah, I feel like Quincy are looking at OG's style of play, and they're picking these heroes that allow them to hold their own. You know, like Quinn on his voice break, he's going to be able to find these heroes by themselves. If he sees a Snap or a Bane, he's going to kill them throughout the entire game. But the idea that Medusa will play in the tri-camp area, the bottom side of the map, or top side because you're Radiant, farm the Ancients, and Wyvern can protect as well. Like they're not really playing into cooldowns. They will always be able to counterplay, right?
I just remembered.
What did you remember?
We saw the rapid fire questions that Dakota did with OG earlier, and one of the questions was, what's the last hero you played? And Seb said, oh, I played a pub. I played Snapfire.
True.
It's possible.
Is there a potential? We know we've seen Snapfire in the mid lane in the past. This tournament, it's been pretty much only position 4. But what is the potential of flexing that Snapfire in this draft?
The thing is, she's really tanky because she's a strength hero and has pretty high strength game, but all of her abilities, other than once she gets the shard for her scatterbox, she doesn't want you right on top of her, and she's against Void Spirit, Monkey King, 2 heroes that can reliably be right in your face, so I'm guessing it's going to be a support since she'll have to be positioned very far back. The thing about Snapfire that's so odd, it's like this weird dichotomy, is 2 of your abilities rely on you being like point blank range, and then Lil Shredder gives you extra range, and your Mortimer's Kisses are like half the screen range, so she's very weird like that.
Timbersaur's not banned, right?
Correct.
For Quincy. Like, this is the type of hero that when you see, 3 strength heroes and a Bane, you can kind of annoy early along in the game so that Medusa will find the Skadi, the Manta, enough items to be able to deal with OG. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they go that route, but
Nature's Prophet.
Sure, bring out
Bane.
Yeah, no, exactly, right. The idea, the reason why Fury is kind of getting better again at TI is because of these 5 positions, the Disruptors, the Banes, even Wyvern, like, they're not that great at pulling them out of lanes. Okay, they go for the Mars.
They go team fight route.
Yeah, 100%. Get some team fight and instant pick.
No hesitation for the TA. That's going to be a Sumail TA, I would imagine. Now, we will have the Tops and Dawnbreaker, by the way, so that will be an exciting one. Before this series started, at the first draft of the first game, I asked which players were going to be set up for success, and it's only fitting that both of these players get the last pick for their team, Sumail and Laszlo. Which players have been set up for more success, though, for this the game 2?
Sumail TA.
I'd argue Sumail. After that first game on the Luna, where he's not really, being shouted about in the cast, it's like, oh, Thompson, Sumail, not there. So now he's on a TA, he's going to get a bit more screen time maybe, and yeah, everyone's going to be pushing him into the fight for sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this game too. I am definitely hoping for a third game, but of course OG will try to put a stop to that and make this one a clean one. Let's find out what their coach has to say, Misha, at the end of this draft. It's Lex.
Thompson is crazy on it. Mid Dawnbreaker, but I think the panel and we both think that that battle of the brothers is what we're going to be aiming towards. Right, the fast farming carries. Medusa against Templar Assassin, able to pay at such pace.
Yeah, I'm really, focused on this Dawnbreaker on a mid lane. We saw during the group stage Virtus.pro playing this hero 3 times as a carry. It was relatively successful, but they stopped doing it. So I want to see what this hero can do from the mid lane. Like, your main item needs to be Echo Saber because the item is too good. I want to see how far Thompson can go, because anything that can dive in, anything that can juke, Thompson can play it.
Anything that can be anywhere on the map with your team, right? And it's a trend we've been seeing throughout this TI. In the group stages now, the main event, heroes like Nature's Prophet, like this Dawnbreaker, the ability to traverse the map globally. Sumail goes for the meld, No-Tail and LOA. Both get those initial Observer Ward bounties though, as it looks like Yawar's Medusa has just been pummeled under that fissure.
Yeah, good start for OG. Sumail starting with meld. Not the greatest thing you want to have for the laning stage, but they got the kill out of it, because your range is pretty bad. Like, you don't have the side blades. No refraction means a bit less damage. Well, they got the kill. They got the first blood on Saksa.
The battle begins.
A great start for them. No-Tail even going deep into that Radiant Triangle, as OG potentially getting 4 bounty runes to kick off game 2 here. Saksa's going to find it, isn't he? Across we go with a Snapfire. All that money into the pockets of OG. That's going to speed up your bottle for Thompson. Give him a grand old time in the mid lane against Quinn's Void Spirit.
All right, now they're keeping 3 heroes on the top. Wyvern with the Arctic Burn. They could potentially try to make a play and get the first, second blood, first blood, whatever.
Second first blood. And Sumail, you're right. He is being right-clicked down, but they're unable to finish him off. Instead, turning and facing against No-Tail.
No-Tail using Nightmare level 1, not something you want to have, so this top lane is... these 2 spells, Nightmare and Meld, not something you want to have level 1, but MSS putting a lot of pressure on Bane. Bane usually one of the heroes that can trade really well against whoever, maybe not against Nature's Prophet, but the rest of the heroes he does pretty well. This time around it's going to be much tougher for him.
Absolutely is. Tri-laning around that Dusa. But you can feel it, looking at the way that OG are playing across the board. That mid lane, the bottom lane, and looking here into the top lane. They are still trying to keep the aggression going.
The big camp is blocked, so there's not going to be any pulls on the top lane. Nicely done by OG.
And Seb with Saksa, knowing that Laszlo is left alone down here, playing in behind the tower. 8-1 Earthshaker and a 2-0 Mars. Not feeling too happy, but does have that large camp blocked, like you mentioned, on both sides of the map. So Saksa will come in and reopen the neutrals.
There's still no center wards on both supports of Quincy.
They're bringing
so
one
that
on the
means,
courier.
yeah, they're coming, but this means that it's not going to be available for the next minute. And next time around it happens, No-Tail can body block. We see Saksa setting things up.
Yeah,
with the cookie.
Saksa with a nightmare cookie minus armor. Good lord! MSS is down. The little shredder and that meld attack make short work of the Monkey King. Now OG match the tri-lane with one of their own. As Thompson, okay, just a bit of chip damage there onto Quinn.
It was only a matter of time until Saksa shows up on the top lane. He got his level 2 supports off Quincy. Unfortunately, Monkey not level 2 yet. LOA. Keeping a tri-lane with Wyvern and Medusa, stealing a lot of XP from Medusa, which means that she can't fall back to the jungle early on. Like, this might be a bit of a tricky tri-lane that Quincy Crew is trying to pull off.
Yeah, I was going to ask what your thoughts were, because looking at the CS, Medusa, okay, 12-6, they are shutting down the TA a significant amount, but it doesn't feel like it's enough with this kind of aggressive tri-lane. And then I noticed Thompson is 27-1. He's having a bonkers time in that mid lane, and Quinn being forced to try and dodge the Starbreaker. Oh, yeah, what?
That's why they picked it, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Dawnbreaker completely shutting down this Void Spirit.
Destroying him in this early laning stage. 15-1 for Quinn. And now you're looking at the top lane, Arctic Burn on cooldown. Yawar with not too much mana to work with. 2 supports up in their face, forcing them to sit at their tier 1. So it looks like MSS has given up on the top lane. Swings down to bottom to try and relieve some of the pressure off of that Mars at the very least.
Yawar can't farm, he can't get close. No-Tail could set things up with another Nightmare.
Yawar, he's pinged out. No-Tail's not going for it, and a good dissimilate allows Quinn to disengage from OG. How's that bottom lane going now? Because we've seen this Mars have a really bad early game because he was alone completely, but he's caught up, hasn't he?
Yeah, both of these heroes are going to farm this time around. Something that Seb has really been good at is playing versus one-on-one, and also his itemization. I think this is his strongest part, like understanding what needs to be done in a certain situation, getting a boost of speed, getting a belt of strength, going for that earlier power trades. Also has a Ring of Health queued up, something that has been like really popular. Seb
might not have expected MSS to still be lurking around down here, and he definitely wasn't expecting Yawar to arrive, but Seb with a stuns, holds them back for a sec. Oh, he's dipping into the trees, but he can't juke away. Laslau and MSS clear through the Earthshaker, and that allows them to swap their lanes again.
They were getting nothing done on the top lane, so no surprise Medusa decided to go to the bottom. Now Mars level 5.5. They're gonna need to play around Mars, who's very high level, doesn't have much mana to work with, needs to bring the courier.
And that mid lane, tons of stuns. Sumail moves forward onto Laslau. No-Tail frontlining for his TA, making sure that the Arctic Burn is primarily doing damage to him and not onto Sumail. Monkey King. Cool.
2 jumps.
He got the cookie stun.
Monkey can jump higher.
He can. He's got a trampoline.
Laslau,
Nightmare traded back onto the TA there. A little bit of misplay from OG. So the Mars will be just alright. Especially with the backup of that Winter Wyvern.
Solar Guardian is available on Dawnbreaker, so you gotta be very careful rune spawning. Quinn gonna be picking up that double damage. That's a big one. If anyone decides to step up a bit and move closer to the towers, Seb.
Step up on Seb. There it is, the Solar Guardian coming in. Aim onto MSS with a good cookie. And a great turnaround from OG. You called for it. Thompson's movement. That global potential from the Dawnbreaker just appearing out of the woodwork.
It's very hard. It's like playing against Nature's Prophet when he was popular hero. On a mid lane, you know that there's going to be a ton of damage coming out, or Zeus, any kind of a global presence. So you need to be careful a bit whenever it's up.
Sumail, speared back. Great move by Laslau. He's arrived here. Monkey King.
The arena.
Helped out by the arena. Will secure the Templar Assassin here. Chip away little by little and find that carry kill they need.
Sumail, before dying, hiding inside the meld, inside the shadows, outside of the tower range, so they need to use at least that. Spend some gold on the supports, but valuable kill for Quincy.
Tons of stacks being built up though on both sides. Dire, Radiant Triangle full up.
Dire's
Dire top jungle, plenty there for them.
Medusa.
But Yawar,
Good luck.
Nothing left to give here for Saxa and Seb. But Yawar, with no regen, having a pretty rough time. And 40 seconds on that cooldown of Solar Guardian, so Thompson couldn't join in either.
Thompson's completely popping off on Dawnbreaker. 72 CS compared to Quinn's 53.
A massive net worth difference between him and the Void Spirit too. 800. There's Quinn with a DD room. Oh, he's found Sumail on MSS. He's been setting up these kills wonderfully. Might even go in here for No-Tail. Laslau, he's arrived. Got Rebuke and the Spear. The Bane did get a Nightmare down on the Monkey King, but with the body blows arriving, yeah. Oh, he's got 3 stick charges, but he can't withstand this. Quincy crew, yet again, bring the numbers to the fight.
With Sumail already gone, Sumail will need to recover. They need to start making some stacks bottom lane. Saxa and Seb getting another one.
Finding LOA. That's down to, like we saw earlier, Yawar's Medusa was brought low, had to go back to jungle, had to regen up. And now, being scouted by Saxa,
Vanished.
but under a Radiant Observer Ward. Yeah, well, not too bothered about that, but Quinn might look for a cheeky solo kill. Saxa's pinging it out. Seb's behind him, but they don't know that Quinn's invis, do they? They've got no clue that Void Spirit is lurking right above their heads. Good jump in, and he might even go for Seb. LOA's come in for the right-hand side. There's been some movement from Quincy Crew, collapsing onto OG.
Yeah, Quinn controlling the runes 2 times in a row. First picking up the double damage.
Radiant's
then again,
middle
Invis
tower
scouting
is
things
under
out for
attack.
any potential gank, keeping Yawar alive and also allowing him to get a kill. So that's very nice. Sabel needs to recover. He needs to be in the jungle. Top lane's almost on the Mars.
They're on the Mars.
Bringing the numbers.
Thompson arrives. Les Lau doesn't stand a chance. But what can they do off the back of this? Because with a Prophet, you were mentioning they can, you know, convert it into a tower, make a bit of a push happen. Thompson's just going to sit here and farm.
A bit limited on tower damage early on. Luminosity maxed out. Same goes for Celestial Hammer. Getting very close to Echo Saber.
Radiant's top tower
Very
is under
close indeed.
attack.
Got 200 gold away, and they will do a little bit of damage here to the tier 1, but very unlikely to lead to its downfall. 10
Dire's
minutes.
middle tower is
Rune's
under
about to
attack.
spawn. And No Tail will gladly take the regen rune while dissimulating away. Quinn turns back to play with Saxa. MSS, Balance Strike, get the Primal Spring, back in onto No Tail. They'll pick off both OG support, and Thompson's been left stranded in the river.
Trap. He's pinging the trap. Needs to
He's in a
slow
lot
them
of
down.
trouble.
Mars.
He tries, but he's on V5.
He needed some kind of assistance. Unfortunately for them, Seb did not have TP ready, but very aggressive, very nice move from Quincy Crew, getting some advantage early on now. 4 heroes on a mid lane.
And they push that tier 1 pretty quickly. Saxa with the kisses. Lobbing lava onto LOA's Wyvern, melting and thawing.
Has fallen.
Saxa single-handedly, I'm gonna say defending the tower because the tower has fallen, but in the end getting a kill and getting some juicy XP also allows him to get level 6. Level 7 from that. Bane needs a bit more experience for Fiend's Grip.
And space for Ti10, right? She cleared triangle, cleared stacks. She's second in net worth, just a touch behind that Dawnbreaker. As Quinn and MSS pairing up once more. This duo is all across the map. And Seb, he does Echo Slam back. Oh, that mischief attempt. He tried to go for it, but Seb's there with a slam.
Dissimulate.
The Solar Guardian. Quinn is being baited in. They get him. Seb comes out with a double kill thanks to Thompson.
Perfectly baited there by Seb. He understands how tanky he is. They almost bring him down. Enchant Totem, level 3, ton of damage.
And Lancelot with the spear. Saxa, he's isolated. Should be easy pickings here for Quincy Crew. But after losing that bottom lane fight, they need so much more. No Tail will be a sacrificial offering from OG. Because Thompson clears through that bottom tier 1 in the meanwhile.
Simultaneously happening multiple fights.
It's a long word for you, Lucas.
It really is. It is. Yeah, I was focused really hard, and now you interrupted me, Gary, and now I feel bad. Thompson, I see what he has queued up after the Echo Saber. We're gonna see that again. Seb. Monkey King tried to dodge, managed to do so, but the damage from Enchant Totem, he cannot later. And Quinn, Seb also high-fiving.
Man, not respecting the Solar Guardian. Back up to top. Seb's in and once more. But Fisher connecting on 2 of them. As it looks like they will pick off the Earthshaker at long last. OG, what do you want to do? Celestial Hammer in on the Deucer. That's a lot of damage. But Thompson doesn't get the killing blow. Great Winter's Curse holding back OG. Quinn wants in onto the support. And No Tail will be his prey. They've stunned Thompson for a sec. He wants LOA. Cold Embrace will but delay the inevitable.
Samael with the side blades, getting the kill. Now they can start thinking about pressuring this tower. It's half HP.
Radiant structures.
These combos have been so good from OG. The cookies into the Fishers and Chance and a Starbreaker out of Thompson. They pressure the tower. But Quincy Crew are all respawning reasonably soon. but it doesn't look like they want to be up in this top part of the map.
Yawar has been very active on his Medusa, involved in 10 out of 13 kills,
Is that a
which
good
is
thing?
pretty... Huh?
Is that a good thing?
I think so. I mean, it could have been in a triangle, but triangle has been invaded by OG members, so he needs to find another spot right now, focusing a bit more on the farm. OG, ooh.
He's up there, but Seb, who's he found? It's Laszlo. Again, the cold embrace will just slow things down for OG by a couple of seconds. They get the kill regardless.
He didn't even use the Echo Slam. Fiend's Grip was committed. Medusa, Yawar had a very good read what's going to happen, so he bailed. Top lane,
Finally.
dropping.
Radiant's
Sumail gets the last hit.
Seb, oh man, he was close there to get two of them. Always blocked Quinn in, forcing the additional astral step. Quincy crew, it really does feel like they're on the back foot now. OG are laying it on thick, putting on the pressure everywhere they go. But it has been a good couple of minutes for Yawar. Bottom lane, farming away. All that bottom jungle cleared. Oh, but Quincy is scouted here. Dire Vision sees LOA, launching the llama back onto the ground again. But a good curse, you're right, Lacoste. While Seb, he's in a 1v3, he fishes them back. LOA, so Seb trade, but where did he go?
He just disappeared,
Oh, God. They're in the arena now, and Sumail with a DD rune is clearing them up. Quinn, he's on a TA, jumps over Thompson. They've got a good Wukong's command going as well. Sumail with refraction back in 3 seconds. That spear's good, but Quincy can't capitalize.
They had no follow-up. That was a great Vinder's Curse to set things up. Bane needs to stay outside because the Nightmare level 4 outranges the curse, so then you can save people with it, but he got caught inside of it.
That Medusa just dissipated.
It's too much damage. After a horrible laning stage, Sumail managed to recover Dragonlance and Death already, so they're not gonna be playing around the top part of the map. They will be lurking. If they get a pick-off or two, there's still this Roche potential.
Yeah, the gap between the cores noticeable with a 3k lead for OG. TA and Dawnbreaker right up at the top. Good spear back. Laszlo fans no tail, but again they're on the prime target. The big one is Yawar's Medusa. Celestial Hammer and that Starbreaker makes short work at her, while Quinn does find a pick. But Quincy crew are going to lose so much more. The neutral creep will claim the life of Wyvern. But the thing that matters most is OG moving forward, striking onto Quincy crew.
They don't rely on any cooldowns. Yeah, having Solar Guardian is nice, having Fiend's Grip is okay, even Echo Slam, but even without that, OG's heroes will take the fight.
And now a freebie Roshan for them, for a TA in particular.
Yeah, you give it to TA for sure. Sumail, that's not a mid TA, so you want to give it to him this time around. Dawnbreaker, full Heaven's Halberd finished. It's a 5-second duration disable on Medusa.
That's very true. MSS with Quinn. They are in onto Sumail, but that reflection allows her to withstand the early punishment.
Sleep.
And Sebi moves forward.
Keeping him alive.
Saves. A kiss has come out. There's a winner's curse. Holding OG, but Sumail is still fighting. Oh, Quinn and Laszlo will take him down, but they trade that Aegis for LOA's life. Is it worth it? Can they get out? They're trying to retreat. Laszlo is in a little piggy mode. Thompson and Seb, they'll find him again. Good Fisher and stun. God Tribute back for the Nightmare. Will hold him in place.
They needed to get something extra out of that. Quincy crew killing Aegis almost instantly from TA, and now tier 1 tower, so the map is gonna shrink for Quincy crew. 6k gold lead, 17 minutes in.
It's a mountain that they've got to climb now. Oh, look at that experience difference as well here.
Oh, that's big.
6 levels different, 16%.
Dire structures
Grove
are
bow,
fortified.
not too bad there. Neutral items dropping out. Starting to become a worry though for Quincy crew in terms of how they start fights. What is their form of initiation? Because their entire draft so far has been built up to have a Medusa frontline, move towards objectives, have 3-4 heroes sit behind her and defend her, Saxa with a backup of the Dawnbreaker. Okay, MSS not really able to play down here. Medusa's Stone Gate not really doing an awful lot. In onto Yawar. Okay. One hit and destroyed.
I don't think they can get more out of this. Blink Dagger in 5 seconds. Quinn. Oh, he has no Astral Steps. Seb thinking about it.
Seb wants it so badly. Cool. If Quinn showed on that wave, he might have been dead. He might be dead still. The picture is the grip. They're going to find Quinn's Void Spirit. The Arena Spear slows out No-Tail. Quinn can step on top of the base. Face off against Seb, but Sumail's arrival, well, really looked like disaster for Quincy Crew. The cold embrace and that bulwark from Laszlo. It is tanking through the damage of Sumail.
Thompson's too tanky. They don't have anything to deal with this. Mr. Scott's available.
They smash the T8's on the Earthshaker. Thompson has claimed the life of LOA. That's now Wukong's down, Winter's Curse down, Arena down, and your Medusa is still not really finding the space to farm.
Medusa's just not ready to take the fight. She joined one, used the Stone Gaze, but I feel like he's been very active early on, but needs to find some space. Needs to farm like 2-3 minutes to be able to farm up that Scotty.
Time.
Buy time, Gary.
Buy time. Shopkeeper, please, I beg of you, just give us another 10 minutes. But OG, looking at that clock, not allowing Quincy Crew to run it down. Quinn with Kaya Sanj heading into Aghanim Sector, of course. Not looking too shabby. And he has found some nice openings on the back lines, like we saw from Thompson in Game 1, getting onto the supports, removing some of that
didn't
team
talk
fight
too much
control.
about Quinn, but he had a really good game, caught only once. They have a limited amount of stuns, I would say. He can easily dodge those, except the one from the Earthshaker. Having Kaya-san is going to help out quite a lot against the Earthshaker. Combination of the stuns, the chain stuns, and now going into Axe. Still far away from it, but once he gets that, it's going to be very easy to control the Bane in the backlines.
So much global potential here from OG. Dawnbreaker, Templar Assassin, Earthshaker with Blink Initiations.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Laszlo
attack.
cuts back behind that
Dire's
wave,
top tower is under
lifting the
attack.
tower as well. Catapult will die, so OG don't
Dire's top
have a
tower
great
is
opportunity. Or maybe they do.
Radiant's
Or
bottom
maybe they can just kill the tower without creeps. Who cares creeps? We have so much minus armor, the tower crumbles.
This is a tier 2, 20 minutes in. They can take the outpost. They also have another wave of global presence. Templar Assassin finishing off Aghanim Scepter on top of Solar Guardian.
Is under attack.
Astral projection, jumping from realm to realm, like Monkey does from tree to tree.
I did not want to say
Radiant's
astral projection. You
middle
would
tower is
call
under
me out
attack.
once again, Gary. I'll
I've never
fancy and
called
long
you
Is under
words.
attack.
If you read a tooltip, it's fine. There it is. Solar Guardian onto Dusa. Thompson whacking away, burning through Yuar's mana. Now Sumail's in with the minus armor, and Yuar's but a hit away from death. They can't finish it off. Kisses are too far away. As No-Tail.
He finishes him off. Saxa snipes him.
How's he found that?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Beautiful
Max
shot.
range. Thompson, once he goes in, that there is no counterplay. He's not afraid. Having the status resistance, having the evasion.
Okay, Saxa. Very fast on the fingers, blinks away from danger. MSS on the low ground, tries to bounce a strike, but he hits the ground with a thud. No-Tail, the only casualty there for OG. While Quincy Crew, that Medusa dying just feels so bad for them. Every death, every second without a Medusa on the map farming
Map is
puts you
just
further and further
smaller
behind.
and smaller. Traps to be able to TP to them. Observer wards, deep observer wards placed. Quincy Crew, they cannot play the bottom part of the map.
Yeah, OG are everywhere and nowhere. Hiding in the shadows, lurking and looking for their moment. And this requires drastic action from Quincy.
Smoked, trying to find something. All they're gonna find is No-Tail. He's gonna be pretty happy about it.
A kill on No-Tail. Still a kill if it happens. Good nightmare swap by LOA to make sure Quinn can finish the job.
There is nothing else.
That was close. If he got another brain sap off, it would just prolong it, but bottom lane,
Dire's top
Nemesis
tower is under attack.
Yeah,
scouting things out.
Make sure.
Thompson drawing on a minimap where they want to go. Double damage, bottle up once again. 1 CS away from that level 20 talent.
And is
Minus
that
1 luminosity attacks required. That's what he's going to go for. Yeah, and full AC items just keep multiplying.
They're coming out of nowhere. Bottom lane. Sacks up. Silenced up. So Monkey King finally getting his job done while Sumail hiding on a trap. Not going to get scouted by him. The skirts. It's there on the 7 Thompson. Yawa with a stone gaze and the Rook's command to back them up. This is the fight Quincy needs. Spear on Thompson. But there's only a save. They sleep him up. The double circles. The Venn diagram death. Quincy crew fighting to the bitter end. But Thompson is so strong.
Manages to blink out.
Another spear. Another dissimulate. No tail nearly dead. But Thompson and Sumail continue fighting.
He's still not done.
Medusa's pretty much out of mana right now. And MSS is nearly found by Sumail. A God's Rebuke back. Thompson, he wants a kill.
Radiant's
Give it
bottom
to
tower
me.
is under attack.
Oh man, this double damage, it was a perfectly set curse to try to reset a bit, but the damage output from Sumail and Thompson is a bit too much.
Radiant's bottom
6,000 damage coming out of
Radiant's
Thompson.
bottom barracks are under
This
attack.
AC, reducing the armor, while Sumail from the background
He denied it.
Meld and Deso. Big damage of that deny. You know, you need any kind of psychological help you can get.
Combo. They chain disable away.
He's godlike.
Weak things break.
-1 set of barracks. They're still tier 2 tower on a mid lane.
And you don't even have Seb here with you. He's up top.
Yeah, they felt so confident. Seb was showing on the top lane. He knows that they cannot chase. Medusa, like, she just does not have a damage item. Quinn getting the jump.
And he gets Fisher back. Seb, does he have backup coming? No, it's Laszlo that's going to try and help out Quinn, who nearly dies solo to Earthshaker. But even with the Dawnbreaker coming, Quinn, dodging the hammer off to the left-hand side and in the trees, but they know exactly where he is.
Good astral set from Quinn. It just came off cooldown. If that Soul Guardian, he
Astral
found it.
step countered by astral projection. Kisses coming.
Saxa from downtown, providing vision for his team. Max range once again. Mortimer's kisses.
And Sumail putting this net worth to use. 17,000 up. Looking for tier 2s again. Cruising through this top lane. And OG moving towards a game 2 victory.
Getting the sleep on a mid lane. Pinging it out.
The cavalry's arrived. The Fiend's grip required from No Tail. Yawa will try his hardest, but can't save Laszlo. And it's actually though, No Tail Scotty slowed.
Good kills from Quincy. Even though it's just the supports, Yawar gets 1 kill. He needs cheap damage. He needs something, anything at this point, because right now it's not enough. Getting the Crystallis might do the trick. I see BKB queued up next. I feel like they need damage. BKB in this situation, yes, you're playing against Bane, you're playing against the Earthshaker, Dawnbreaker. I guess he also wants to be able to deal damage. Heaven's Halberd causing a lot of issues, but I don't think that's the item that he can afford to go for. Second Roshan, that means Aegis and Shard. Let's see who decides to pick it up. Whether it's going to be Sumail or Thompson.
Looks like
They're going to give it to Sumail.
The silence on the traps.
Yeah, because even when you use Psionic Projection, the traps activates silences. Double
So good against the Void
TP
Spirit.
on the outpost.
Against the Wyvern.
No tail, no observer ward, so can't see Monkey, just a casual sentry.
And Monkey saw the sentry placed. Now the observer's cleared up. Sumail making his way forward. OG not really fully together just yet. Still with Thompson and Seb up in that top third of the map. They'll collapse. Connected onto mid. Spear back in. That's the Aegis TA though, and they've not even killed their locks. Thompson, he pops the illusion rune. And he's safe and sound.
Tower is under attack.
Quincy crew didn't expend too much for that though, just showing that one spear play could be enough.
TP back to base by Templar Assassin. We'll come back to one of the traps. Full HP, full mana.
They've always got to contend with that bottom lane though, and you can see the lines being drawn as Seb jumps in.
Jump.
Wyvern dead.
Radiant
A 5v4
structures are
now.
fortified.
And OG holding Aegis means they can
Radiant's
continue
middle
their
tower is
aggression in
under
the
attack.
Radiant base.
Seb, long duration, a long Fisher from that Ether Lens, and also has Shard. That got nerfed, but still,
Radiant's
They've
middle
caught
tower
Yawa.
has fallen.
still a decent one.
Laszlo is in with his BKB, throws the arena down, but this is disjointed from Quincy. Saxa, Sumail and Thompson stand their ground up. He's slowed down by the Echo. Seb gets the two of them. Thompson, he wants Yawa so bad. And they'll find him with that Fisher.
Thompson still going. Even inside the Wukongs, doesn't care too much about it. Celestial Hammer gets the kill.
Beyond godlike Thompson, nightmaring up the Void Spirit now. Chain stunts galore. Finally, a Winter's Curse onto this Dawnbreaker. And they'll clear her up. Quinn is back in.
That's a beat of Aegis. They need to get more.
They need Sumail's Aegis. They need to kill her twice. Quincy crew losing their mid laner barracks.
Remnant.
Saxon, can he help Sumail? The buyback and the Solar Guardian comes in. MSS in a lot of trouble. Laszlo trying to defend his Monkey King. And Quinn blowing up the Snapfire.
The power of the global presence, they got what they came for. They got the second set of barracks, even though it cost them quite a lot. Two buybacks,
Triple buyback.
one from Saxa, one from Thompson. And Quinn, he got a lot of kills. They need to be very careful about the Winter's Curse, because this is how one of the cores is going to die.
That's a big swing.
Still haven't seen the sleep, because most of the time Bane is trying to set things up. Also, one ability that's causing a lot of problems for OG is the Cold Embrace. They don't have that strong spell damage. They don't have any damage that they can throw. Mortimer's Kisses is nice. Celestial Hammer is also decent, but it's not enough at this stage of the game to kill anyone.
Do or die for Quincy crew. It's 31 to 31, but the kill score is but one small part of the story. OG ahead by 17k and 2 racks up. They're smoked, and Quinn will be spotted. Sees Thompson, makes eye contact, and decides to run away.
Void Spirits throughout the tournament decided that Shard is a very good pickup. Adds another ring to the Simulate, an extra 200 damage.
Super good. They hold back Sumail. OG needs someone to shove in that top lane so they can continue pressing forward. Hold Quincy crew in their base, limit their farm, and make sure that Medusa's kept shut down. Right now, Quincy under lock and key.
Dobson's gonna hit another big timing. Satanic, and also picking up a Shard, plus level 25. Dawnbreaker gains magic immunity during Starbreaker, and at 25, 2 charges, so 2 free BKBs.
It'd be faster to say what she doesn't have. Thompson's got everything.
Pretty much.
A better calm from OG now, though, knowing that the nerves, the pressure that Quincy crew must be facing right now are substantial. Waiting in the base, hoping for an OG mistake. But
Another DD for Thompson.
Damage rune for
I
Thompson.
stopped counting after the 5th one.
What a monster. And this is oppressive gameplay from OG. Oppressive gamers. Can't
Is
farm
that
bot.
what OG stands for?
Absolutely is. Can't farm mid, can't farm top. Medusa sat in fountain, twiddling her thumbs and wondering, what am I meant to do? I've got a BKB, I've got a Scardian, a Manta, but buyback-wise, not looking too hot. No, 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 and no. Oh, no, that's a yes. Sorry.
Okay, 1 yes is fine.
And it is a Winter Wyvern.
20k gold lead for OG. Smoke from Quincy. Let's see what they can do with it. Drawing on a minimap, so they know where they're gonna go.
But look at OG.
OG already on the high ground.
Blinking away from the bounty runes. And again, it's one of the moves that Quincy crew has to make the most of. And is do everything here. But Saxa dancing away, nightmare up. The spearman is but still dead. Can Quinn hunt for more? It looks like MSS is going to leap backwards. Look for the vision that OG have placed.
OG does not need to rush anything. They can wait. 40 seconds without socks up. Bottom lane is pushing in. Mid lane's gonna push in. And also Roche, this is the third one, might respawn in a minute and a half. Medusa still at this point doesn't deal that much damage that you need to be afraid of. She needs another big item.
Is Daedalus going to be enough? Is Rapier an option in this kind of game?
I think you just go for Crystallis at this point. You're too far away from it. So
Quinn dead, the Winter's Curse from LOA. This isn't a fight that you can take. LOA and MSF will catch the Winter Wyvern as OG pummel Quinn into the ground with that beautiful play from Seb. Good little bit of lane cutting though from MSS. Spring and strike. And the double damage rune did get expended by Thompson. He'll find a haste rune to refill his bottle now as TA picks up the 8 refraction instances talent.
That's a big one. They don't have the overtime damage, so this is going to be very easy for Sumail to jump out with the Hurricane Pike. There is also a Nightmare save, Aftershock.
And the Aftershock. Tops and Saxa weren't quite close enough to cookie up the high ground though. They'll still get onto that high ground. The minus armor here.
20 seconds without a Quinn might be too much. This is a very hard decision. Do I buy back or not? They might get mega creeps from this. 13.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go. Laszlo makes the move. You're right, he buys back. But Thompson, he's magic immune and so Sumail. Down goes Laszlo, forced to buy back along with Quinn, but OG hold the line.
2 buybacks, they can reset. Thompson just needs to get himself back to full HP. With 1 Starbreaker charge, that's gonna be it. They have a trap inside the Roche, which will respawn in 2.5 minutes. That's a long one.
They see everything.
It's gonna be a Fisher from downtown. Fisher, level 20 talent, plus Octarine core on top of the shard. He can just stand further behind and play from the fog.
And they've got so much follow through. Whoever gets caught by that is dead to rights. Melee barracks dropping lower and lower. But Quinn is there to clear through the wave and the catapults. And OG in no rush. 36 minutes in, they are very, very calm. Just knowing that Quincy crew are the ones on the back foot.
Quincy crew, they don't know when the Roche spawns. We know. We see everything.
They need some kind of momentum swing here.
Radiant's
they need to fight around Roshan Pit. They need to get out of their base.
Creeps are gonna kill the melee barracks.
Take down your... Yeah, that's huge. And LOA, sneaky observer ward.
They still have observer and the sentry, plus a trap inside Quincy's base.
The jump in, and look for Seb. But the Dawnbreakers arrive and get a 9-minute save again. No tail keeps him alive. The Winter's Curse connects on the TA, so Dawnbreaker will hammer away. But Yao are in trouble though. Enchant ultimately Gecko. Not enough to finish one off. And Seb, he deals with that monkey on the back while Thompson is battering into Yawar. Sumail gets the kill.
That might be it, Gary. I don't think Quincy crew has any fuel left. No buyback on Quinn. Yawar using the buyback. Same goes for Seb.
But no buyback.
It's time to go in. It's time to finish this game. Get the mega creeps.
Radiant's top barracks
The
are
2 cores are down. What can the remaining 3 do? Mega creeps are coming.
3 versus 5.
Such a difficult spot for Quincy crew to be in. Templar Assassin doesn't even get tickled by the Medusa and Monkey King. And Quincy crew have got to know they're on their last legs now. Tier 4s are falling. Your buildings, the foundations are being rushed and changed by Seb. But now your throne is open, and OG are knocking on your doors. The dream, oh look at that,
Little bro.
beautiful from Yoa. And the dream of the three-peat is still alive.
it's still alive as for OG. Great performance. They managed to make a comeback in game.